Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, out on another walk. And this time, I'm in, what county are we in?
Cambridgeshire.
Cambridgeshire. I'm at Wimpole Hall and Gardens. And this rather beautiful building behind me is only the start of our walk. It's the stables, I gather, with a stag and a clock and a very large entrance. And somebody who knows all about it, or at least some of it, is the lovely Sharon Brown.
Hello.
Hello, Sharon.
Hello.
Simon Brown is loitering over there. He knows
Hello. I know
less.
Less.
So we'll stick with Sharon.
Oh, okay.
So this is Wimpole Hall, which is what, an old country pile in
Yes.
the middle of Cambridgeshire.
Yes.
Where could you pinpoint it for us roughly?
It's not far from Cambridge, between Cambridge and, where would you say, Royston?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's very beautiful. It's not a huge stately home, not one of the biggest,
Right.
but it is a lovely property with nice gardens. But what we like to do is come here and go for a walk around the estate.
And just enjoy the countryside.
And enjoy the countryside, yes. The house is worth going in, but the grounds are lovely and they're free.
That's what we like.
So
do
we
like
often
that.
come, all we have to do is pay for a little bit for the car park and that's it.
I have to say, it is a very grand house. Do you know what period it was built?
No,
No, well, it's made of brick, so it could be from any sort of time really, from Queen Anne onwards, but looking at that, it does look to me like an early Georgian country pile. I notice you're now looking up on Wikipedia.
well, it's got to have been here since the 1700s
Yes,
because
okay.
of other stuff that I looked up earlier about where we're going to go on our walk.
So it could be at the end of the Stuarts and William of Orange and that sort of
Yeah.
time, maybe. Just before that's what I'm saying, early Georgian, which I can't tell you off the top of my head when the first George came to the throne,
No,
but
I
about
have no idea.
17 something or other. But it does look very nice. You can imagine the coaches and horses coming
Yes.
up here quite nicely and parking in front of this rather jolly house. And I'll show you behind the house once we get level, because you've got this amazing garden that stretches on forever.
I think that's over 2 miles. You have
2 miles behind us.
avenue.
Look at that. And it'll just appear to go into infinity, I'm sure. But 2 miles.
It's over 2 miles down there
That
to
is-
the end of that avenue, which used to be elm.
You
So-
can see about halfway down, there's the road cuts across, doesn't it? Cuts across this
Yeah.
view, and it carries on the other. It's probably about a mile down to the road, and then a mile the other side. But
Wow.
Apparently a previous owner used to take pot shots at the local children as they walked across here to get to school.
Oh, right.
She was very
Is there a-
eccentric.
Is there a
apparently.
public footpath across the
Yeah,
grounds
there-
then?
yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's why
from one village to the next.
Oh,
and
right,
they
and she
used
would
to
take pot
and she would
shots.
take pot shots apparently.
I think that's a
Yes.
splendid idea.
Yeah.
we should all do that. Yeah.
Not many children lived around here in the
No,
end.
no, I'm sure. Get off my land.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a right, we've got a right.
Yeah.
No, not anymore. We've just walked around the very large house to I'm guessing the west side, judging by where the sun is. But we've had a conversation like that once before. And if we look back towards the house here, you see some splendid formal gardens with flowers, beautiful
Tulips.
coloured tulips, there we go. And then a wall in front of us, a small wall. And I know what that is because Harriet's mum had one in her garden.
Oh right.
Yeah, it's a ha-ha.
Interesting. Yes.
It's a ha-ha. So you have the formal garden behind the ha-ha, you have this drop, and then behind us, if I just move the camera around like this, you'll see the grazing area and the sort of field. But even better than that for here, and Harriet's mum didn't have one of these, is a lime avenue, am I right?
Yes.
Oh, look at that, that was good guesswork. You may have mentioned that actually before we started filming, but don't tell the audience. And the sun is shining. It looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's absolutely gorgeous. The leaves are just that really bright lime colour,
Yeah.
actually.
Before we move on,
Yeah.
I just want to show the lovely view of these marvellous little, what do they call them? The kids, the
Cupids?
Cupids, are they? Not cupids. What are they called? Baby statue men.
Cherubs.
Cherubs. That was the word I was looking for. Let's have a look at these cherubs. Just going to get the ones on the other side. More baby statue men. Oh, this one's a bit rude. Just shooting straight up that little baby statue man's bottom. So, we're going to go.
I'm just going to say, do your viewers know the purpose of a ha-ha?
Did I not just explain
No.
that? Oh.
You said Harriet had got one and then...
Yes, did I
that's
not
it.
say it? Well, oh yes, no, yes, I suppose the purpose, as far as I know,
Yes.
and you'll be able to correct me if I'm right,
Yes.
the purpose of a ha-ha is, hang on, just lower the camera a bit, is to prevent the animals that are grazing from getting into the formal gardens and trampling it all up
Yes.
and eating whatever nice things you've got.
Yes.
Then there's an and.
You can't see that from the posh house. So the posh people can't see that there's a barrier.
Oh, yes.
So it's all one seamless view.
Seamless view, yes. Now, I didn't appreciate that, but now you've mentioned
As
that.
they perambulate in their big skirts and stuff,
Yes, of course.
taking in the air, it will just look like one.
One continuous,
Yes.
and you know, it's amazing, darling, that the fierce lions don't come up onto the lawn. How is that possible, darling?
I don't
And
know.
the elephants and the wildebeest, they seem to stay on their side. Maybe it's they know their place. Shall we go up the alley now? The avenue?
Well, actually, we might go that way. We'll come down the alley
We're not doing the alley, so the avenue.
later.
Yes, some beautiful limes in here, and as you said, the colours are quite lush, aren't they?
Yes.
Let me just come under this lime tree here, which is particularly nice. You'll see this pollarded tree approaching us. Here we go, a bit of lime, which is very nice. And in the background there, a copper beech. And somebody's put some horrible day glow orange in that little one. Yes, maybe it's a kite. If I tilt the camera around to the right, you'll see another copper beech and then a bit of the house and the formal gardens, the colour of the splendour of that. Those copper beeches do look very lush, don't they?
Yeah.
And mixed among the bright greens. It is, on a day like this, it's absolutely, to live in a place like this would be, if you had the money and the resources and everything, would be splendid.
Yeah.
Just a shame to have to allow the public in. Also, I noticed there are a few horse chestnuts in, the ones that have the conkers obviously, but also they have those candelabra effect.
Yes.
The flowers growing up. This tree looks like it's dead actually. Let's just have a quick look amongst all this. What do you think it was?
A big tree.
It was a big tree. But there we go, look at that. It still has a certain majesty though, doesn't it? I think it has a certain majesty even in its death throes, as it's going to stand there and slowly rot away. We've now come down from the house, which is over there behind me, down to a man-made lake here. Capability Brown, or what was the other bloke? Bernard Repton? Humphrey Repton was responsible for constructing this lake. It looks absolutely sublime after a couple of 100 years. Sublime, that's not the right. Sublime. But it does look rather magnificent. So, Sharon, what's the plan after that? I've seen on the horizon, we can't see it now, but
No,
there's a
hidden now.
strange little
I know.
building. What is it?
Don't you dare call it a folly.
Oh, what is it?
No,
A Gothic
they like
Tower?
to call it the Gothic Tower.
The Gothic Tower, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Simon has opened the gate,
This way
thanking you.
for excitement.
Ooh, we're looking forward to it. It's up a bit of a hill, but we should see it in a minute. And when we come round, oh, this is very delightful though, isn't it? Beautiful
Yeah, it's lovely.
little bit of nature here after the long grazing grounds round the man-made lake, with the crows in the background, or possibly rooks. We've got various different trees here leaning over into the the river. They look like oh, that's chestnut, hawthorn I can see, and lime. Beautiful. Well, look at that view, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that view, Simon Brown.
Lovely, isn't it?
Isn't
Back
it
towards the house, although I don't think we can see it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, yes, we can, just through there, but you probably won't see it on the camera. But it's beautiful, isn't it?
It's absolutely amazing. And we've
Some
just
hills
walked
in the distance.
through a whole load of dandelions.
Yep.
But the piece de resistance, ladies and gentlemen, what we've staggered up this hill for on this burning May the 3rd, I think we're 4th, I think we're filming.
Fourth.
Here it is, the Folly.
Not the folly.
Sorry,
It is
the
a folly,
Gothic Tower.
Yeah.
Just behind this conker tree, horse chestnut tree. I'm just going to run up a little bit so we can get a nicer view. Here we go. It seems to have its own little moat. Yes, a boggy moat going around, and it's designed to look like a castle that has a ruined castle. Yes.
Yes.
And that is exactly what it looks like. It's a staggering piece. It's an amazing folly.
Unfortunately, over the years, the pretend ruin
Has become more
became
ruined.
a real ruin.
Oh,
But a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago, they restored it to
its former
its
glory.
proper ruin.
Yes, it's a strange story in itself,
Yeah.
but
And it won a prestigious European award for
the work they did.
the work they did. Yeah.
Gosh, you can go in by the looks of things, but I don't know that we've got a key.
No.
It is stunning. It is
Yeah.
absolutely stunning. The bits behind us, and then the tower. From the front, it looks as if it's all stone, but actually, you reveal the secret. And from the inside, it is all brick, but brick from the 18th century. Going through a massive, great doorway here. Look at that. That's incredible. So you see the difference there. On the outside, it's all faced with something like ashlar stone. I don't know what it is, but that sort of thing. Oh, you can see on the top the crenellations. That's all new. And some of where the arrow loops, they're new. And then looking this side, come across here. This is amazing. Great big window, and designed so that it could be seen some distance, about, what is it, half a mile from the house? It's quite a distance from the house. Lines up. There we go, through the window. There's even a little a fireplace there, like a little chimney. Let's just take a little run round to the front here, past this rather staggering door. Look at that there, and go and see the actual frontage from a little better advantage. I know my English is not terribly fluent at the moment as he flies along. Here we go. Isn't that staggering? Well, we've come to the end of our little video. I hope you've enjoyed it here at Wimpole House. It's been great. Thank you, Sharon, for taking me around. We're just going to walk down to that big tree there to give you the last final
I think you'll find there's
look.
a moat in the way.
Oh, well, we'll walk down into the moat. And thank you, Simon, for
No, thanks for coming
taking us.
again. Yeah,
It's been great. From Wimpole House here in Cambridgeshire, from the Bald Explorer and the lovely Sharon and Simon
That's him.
Brown
Thanks, Richard.
from us. Goodbye. Goodbye.